HALUL 45. Welcome aboard. Safety induction video. Milaha Offshore welcomes you aboard HALUL 45. This induction and familiarization video will guide you through the different alarms and procedures applicable for Milaha on board HALUL 45. For your safety and that of your colleagues, please listen carefully to the following information. HALUL 45 has a total person on board capacity of 70. The vessel complement includes 30 crew members and 40 passengers. The vessel has 4 one-man cabin, 5 4-man cabin, 23 2-man cabin, and an onboard hospital with medical chest. The vessel has designated prayer room, smoking room, changing rooms with locker. Other spaces available on board include gymnasium, shell day room with TV, mess room with TV, main deck shaded area for relaxing and games with blower, picnic area, shell, storeroom, CWIE office, OIM office, maintenance office, tea room on main deck. The vessel has common toilet available on the main deck area and in the changing room. Milaha and HALUL 45 are committed to complying with the relevant regulations. This vessel operates a ship security plan in accordance with International Ship and Port Facility Security Code. One of the conditions of the ISPS code is that all persons coming on board are required to submit their details at the gangway area of our clients and Milaha apply on board of our vessels. The LSR are included in our induction process and shall be explained in detail as part of the module. Please ensure you listen carefully. Upon arrival, you will be requested to show a photographic ID such as RLIC pass or offshore pass or company ID and make an entry into the visitor log. Once your details have been verified, a visitor ID card for use while on board is issued. You are required to carry this with you at all times. The passengers staying on board and traveling offshore are not required to have the visitor ID card. The vessel uses a T-card system to identify the number of persons available on board at any given time. This system provides support in an emergency situation to have a readily available head count. The green T-cards are used for general muster and red T-cards are used for H2S muster. For ease of identification, all passengers are required to turn their T-card to muster status upon arriving at the muster station. Once you have been allocated a cabin, you will also be advised of the induction and familiarization program aboard HALUL 45, which also includes a guided tour of our vessel. Each cabin is equipped with a life jacket. If the situation requires it, don't hesitate in using them. HALUL 45 marine crew shall ensure that they have a working knowledge of the vessel's safety management system and the company policies that are located on the bridge. Crew are required to participate in onboard induction and confirm their attendance, understanding, and commitment to comply by signing the relevant induction form. In addition to the guided tour, we also request you take the time to tour the vessel on your initiative, following all safety procedures and not entering any restricted areas without permission. Pay special attention to the emergency exits, fire extinguishers, manual call points, and find various life-saving equipment. Some medicines can influence the type of work you can do safely because they induce drowsiness and produce other side effects. You must inform your supervisor and the medic if you take prescription medicine to ensure that you are not at risk. Single-use plastic. As part of an initiative to reduce the reliance and use of single-use plastics, vessels that are equipped with water dispensers at strategic locations throughout the ship will be issued with a reusable water bottle. WeDock. WeDock operation is to carry out passenger transfer at offshore in a safe manner and with quick turnaround. WeDock passenger transfer can take place only after approval from HALUL 45 Master and onboard OIM. To use the VDOC, the following items are to be followed. Proceed to embarkation as instructed by vessel's crew. If you are carrying any bags, place them on deck as instructed. Your luggage will be handed over by vessel's crew. No baggage can be carried by personnel. Follow instruction given by vessel's crew. 3-point contact to be maintained while climbing. While going down the ladder, always face the ladder. In the event of a man overboard occurs during the transfer, do the following. Move away from the vessel. Position your back to the wind and waves. Look for a lifebuoy. Do not panic and stay calm till rescue team arrives in a fast rescue craft. Fast rescue craft is kept always standby during passenger transfer through VDOC. Hazard observation cards. Everyone is encouraged to fill in SOCs, safety observation cards, either the client or Milaha observation cards, when they identify any unsafe acts, unsafe conditions, or safe conditions and safe acts. Where anyone observes an unsafe act or unsafe condition, they are required to take immediate action, ensuring the area is safe by addressing the issue observed or cordoning the area to prevent access while they call a supervisor to the area. After the area is made safe, then a SOC can be completed. Alarm. In an emergency situation, an alarm will sound. There are a few types of emergency alarms on board HALUL 45 which are described to you during the vessel induction session. Please ensure that you are able to identify these alarms correctly for your safety and the safety of everyone on board. Listen carefully to the announcements made through the vessel's PA system and act in accordance with the instructions given. If the general alarm sounds, put on warm clothes if time permits. Take the life jackets from your cabin. Follow the marked escape routes to your muster station located on the appropriate decks. Listen carefully to any PA announcements. Emergency exits and escape routes are marked and must be kept clear at all times and never obstructed. Make sure to familiarize yourself with the emergency escape routes. Fire alarm. If a fire alarm is sounded, proceed directly to the designated muster station on main deck by following marked escape routes. Close all fire doors behind you. Listen carefully to any PA announcements given, the vessel's crew's instructions, and be prepared to assist if required. If the fire alarm is sounded while in port, proceed to the gangway area on the deck. Then proceed to the quayside and wait further instructions. If you observe a fire, notify the bridge by activating the nearest manual call point or subsequently by other means if more suitable. Where possible, try to control the fire by using appropriate type of fire extinguisher, fire blanket or other available means. Attempt to isolate the oxygen supply to the fire by shutting all doors and ventilation intakes if possible. Never put your safety in danger. Man overboard. If you observe somebody falling overboard, alert everyone in the vicinity by shouting, "Man overboard! Man overboard!" Throw a lifebuoy with a line secured to the vessel structure into the water. Remain at your location and maintain visual contact with the person at all times. Send another person to raise the alarm. Alert the bridge by using a handheld radio or telephones located throughout the ship. The officer in charge of the bridge will sound the man overboard. Meantime, master or officer on watch, making appropriate maneuvers such as releasing the fast rescue boat to pick up the person in the water. The bridge will communicate with the fast rescue boat and direct them to the location of man overboard. Emergency escape breathing devices. Emergency escape breathing devices are located throughout the ship. Make sure you familiarize yourself with their locations, as you never know when you might need to use them. If in doubt about using this equipment, ask the ship officer on watch to demonstrate the use with a dummy mask. Permit to work. A permit to work system is in place on board the vessel. The life-saving rules state that a permit shall be used in all instances of high-risk activity as described in the permit to work procedure. The high-risk activities that require a permit to work include work at height, that is aloft, above 1.8 meters, working overside or outboard, hot work, that is welding, burning, cutting, heating, confined space entry, lifting operations, that is crane operations, diving operations, safety critical equipment override, isolation, that is pressure vessel, electrics, pipelines, valves. All personnel will be required to familiarize themselves with the use of the PTW system. If in doubt, seek the advice from your supervisor before the commencement of any work. Risk assessments. Permits to work require a risk assessment to be done. Also, all routine and non-routine work activities aboard the vessel require risk assessments. There are 3 levels of risk assessments: overarching hazard identification and risk assessment, task-based risk assessment, point of work risk assessment. All risk assessments are facilitated by a supervisor in consultation with the relevant stakeholders to ensure that all hazards have been identified and that everyone is aware of the risk control measures to reduce and eliminate risks that have been agreed to. Permit to work certificates for active work are required to be held at the work site for ease of reference. A copy is also held at the permit office and also on the vessel bridge. PPE, Personal Protective Equipment. Personal protective equipment to be used is defined by the contract PPE matrix. The life-saving rules require prescribed PPE to be used wherever required. All personnel shall have the following protective clothing: coverall, hard hat, safety glasses, gloves and safety boots, ear protection. Additionally, for platforms, following PPE are required: life jacket, toxic clip, BA set. The task-based risk assessment will prescribe additional PPE where required. General vessel housekeeping. Personnel shall be aware that PPE should not be worn inside the accommodations. No food is permitted in the cabins. No electric kettles allowed inside the cabins. The ship operates waste to segregation system. Smoking is prohibited in all areas except in designated smoking areas. The ship is fitted with a biological sewage system. Disposing of any foreign objects into the toilet is strictly prohibited. All equipment is adequately secured after use in the gymnasium. No slippers with exposed toes should be worn. The handrail should be used when in staircase. Do not leave power cords or chargers connected to the power outlet unattended. The locker room should be kept tidy at all times, with PPE stored inside the lockers. All PPE should be removed from the locker upon departure from the vessel, or it will be discarded. All cabin beds are made and toilets cleaned on a daily basis. The bed sheets, pillow and quilt covers are washed and changed on a weekly basis. It is equally the responsibility of each individual to maintain clean and hygienic conditions in the cabin. The individuals should ensure to use fixed ladders when accessing, descending the upper bunk bed. Each cabin on the vessel is provided with a laundry bag. All clothes required to be washed are to be placed in this bag outside the cabin. These bags are collected by the steward and the clothes are washed. The washed clothes are returned to each individual cabin on completion. Each individual is required to adhere to meal timings. The vessel meal timings are as displayed. Suggestion: common book is placed in the mess room and shell day room. Same is being checked on a daily basis and rectified. The designated onboard safety officer is the chief officer. Any safety concerns are to be addressed to him directly or via your immediate supervisor. The safety officer is required to liaise with the vessel master and address any raised concerns. Thank you for watching this HALUL 45 induction video. We appreciate and value your engagement for watching this video for complying with the various health, safety, security and environment requirements whilst your stay on board HALUL 45. If you have any questions or require further clarifications on our expectations that our procedures and processes are followed, do not hesitate to ask any crew on board. The vessel is equipped with motion compensated gangway. Kindly watch MCG induction video.